Alright guys, welcome to the Set Your Heart Ablaze anime podcast. Today's episode we're going to be talking about Demon Slayer Season 1 and the movie Mugen Train. Today we are drinking Alaskan Amber.
It is absolutely delicious, might I say.
And Negro Modelo.
Billy the Kid is drinking Negro Modelo. He doesn't like
He's got Hispanic, so
he's a little sensitive in the tummy area when it comes to beers.
Yeah, that's what happens when you get old.
Yeah, so hey, not that we're
I'm
old.
older than I look.
But anyways, today is the Halloween special. So I'm dressed up as, I think it'll be hard for you guys to guess, but Sailor Moon.
What?
Yeah.
I thought you were my mom in high school.
I asked for, hey Jesse, what's the toughest character in anime? And he said Sailor Moon. And he insists that it's Sailor Moon.
I 100% Sailor Moon. He's dog walk Goku.
See, that's what he says.
He's the absolute.
So that's what I decided to dress up as.
I dressed up as Lucy, obviously, from One Piece, Luffy. Very uncomfortable and very hard to find.
Kind of looks like Master Roshi in my eyes.
And kind of like what my conversation with Sean went like. He asked me who the most, not useless, but like most fan service based character in a mainstream shonen is. And I couldn't think anyone better than Lucy from Fairy Tail.
So I haven't watched yet.
Yeah. Anyway,
Not seen that yet.
it's really good. I don't have any of my keys, unfortunately. I figured I'd be drinking, so I had to leave them at home so I didn't get myself in trouble.
True.
Never drink and summon celestial spirits, everybody.
Yes, don't drink and drive, guys. Oh, you know what I forgot?
What did you forget?
Ooh, that beard is itchy.
Oh my goodness, how could you almost forget that?
Sorry.
It's okay. Oh yeah. Now we're here.
Now we're good to go.
That brings back some memories.
This does, so Sailor Moon. So me and Billy the Kid are brothers. I think you guys know that already. But we grew up in a small country called Belize, and we were not exposed to too much TV except a lot of anime, which Dragon Ball was a huge one, which was our favorite. But Sailor Moon was actually another one that was really popular in that country.
That's awesome.
So those are the two animes we were first introduced to as young kids.
You got to see peak from childhood.
This was before Sailor Moon was edited for today's viewers. Have you noticed that?
Wait, what is that? What is edited for today's viewers mean?
So I think Netflix has edited Sailor Moon to when she's doing her transformation scene.
Yeah.
It's a little less.
Oh, I remember that.
Slutty.
What?
It is.
That makes me very sad. I understand it, but what?
True.
Because I remember you could kind of see
you
the
could
outline of her body.
You could see the figure of her body, and she had a nice body. Long legs,
nipples. Two of them.
Two of them.
Oh my god.
Cheeks. Blonde hair.
Oh my god.
How could you say no?
I'm about to sing.
God. Anyways, that's not what we're here to talk about today. We are here to talk about... What are we talking about?
Oh, I think it's Demon Slayer?
Demon Slayer, the new popular anime that
okay.
everyone is getting crazy about, right?
Are we still calling it new at this point?
The actual anime is new.
Okay.
2 seasons out.
So the actual anime is new. The book's been out for a while.
Yeah, it's been out.
Yeah, and I just want to say, for everyone who's been watching for a while, Sean has made a big point about how he can't read. He enjoyed Demon Slayer so much that he actually picked up the manga, and he finished. He may have just looked at the pictures, but he finished it. He made it all the way through.
I did.
He saw every picture.
I saw
every panel. And I'm honestly just really proud of him.
Yeah,
thanks guys. Thanks guys.
But yes, we just love you a lot.
I finished it in what was it? 2 weeks?
Pretty quick.
I love it.
I know. I loved it, dude.
I gave him Shonen Jump to finish.
It was so good. I mean, from beginning to end. We won't talk about the ending because that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about season 1 and Mugen Train.
So I know season 1 was a little while ago, but is there any part that really stood out to you as far as your favorite parts of it? Like, what was your favorite moments in season 1? Obviously, there's the one big fight towards the end. But
yeah, so far, I think my favorite part of season 1 was when the three of them probably get back together or get together the first time.
Okay.
And go on their first mission against the Spider family.
Okay.
That would be their first mission together, right? Officially.
Yeah, because the mansion doesn't really count. They all kind of happen to be there.
That's kind of how he met. There, how they met Inosuke.
Inosuke is freaking awesome.
But their first mission together, which was the Spider arc, was an amazing arc in that part of the season 1. And as far as everyone kind of displaying their talents and how good they're actually going to be later on, it starts there, you know? Because before that, the gap between Hashira and them was humongous, and it still kind of is, but they clear the gap really quick in season 2.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
What about you guys?
I got a least favorite part.
Go for it.
That's when we ran into Zetsu or Zenitsu.
What?
My God, I had to mute it straight up. I muted it because he just kept crying.
Do you watch the dub or the sub?
I watched sub.
Okay.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Even in sub.
That's how and for you guys, that's how I feel about Naruto.
Hey. Yeah, but he grew on me. I like him a lot. But
okay.
Like, so I gave it even a pause. Like, I paused. Like, I gotta. Took a couple weeks off, and I went back in at it, and then Inosuke came in, and then it got me back into it.
So I'll give my brother this. Zenitsu was very annoying the first or second episode that he was in.
Stop crying.
But after that, he was fine.
Yeah, after that he was fine.
But that's like 2 episodes you gotta kind of like hunker down for him.
You just gotta trudge through.
All right, this guy's gonna be a bitch.
Yeah.
For 2 episodes.
And then he's gonna fall asleep.
And then he's gonna fall asleep and become a badass.
Then I saw him turn into a BA. And yeah.
What about you, Jesse?
So before anything else, I realized we kind of just jumped in and started talking about parts we like, and that's completely my fault because I asked.
That's okay.
But for anyone just who hasn't experienced Demon Slayer yet, it basically, a little Cliff Notes version, kid's family gets killed by demons. His sister survives, but she's turned into a demon, and he wants to go on a journey to save her and turn her back into a human. And to do that, he becomes a Demon Slayer. And just going through all his trials and tribulations, etc., without spoiling too much, that's what it's about. So,
and an important key to add to that is Tanjiro's sister is actually the first demon that will not consume humans.
Yeah.
She definitely tried it first.
She did,
but she managed to not do it because she loves her brother.
Something changed in her eyes when Tanjiro was
like she recognized him.
Yeah, she recognized.
She understood. Hey, this is a thing.
Clearly, it kind of foreshadows that she's special.
Yes, sure. It foreshadows that she's different from all the other demons, and you get to find out why later. And I don't want to say if it has a happy ending or not because I'm not spoiling the end for anyone that hasn't read anything. That will be another episode.
Even though you should.
You should read it.
I mean,
it's not even that. It's like one of the shortest.
It is pretty short. But that's not
sweet. Short and sweet.
Yeah, short and sweet. It's a good way to put it.
So with that being said,
let's talk about characters. How about that?
Wait, I gotta say my favorite part.
Say your favorite part.
My favorite part. Is kind of, it's not like an individual scene or anything like that. It's the running gag where Inosuke can't figure out Tanjiro's name, and he calls him something different every time.
He's the one that got me hooked on this show.
Honestly, Tanjiro as a main character, I get it. He's pure. He's in his he's that guy.
He's just a classic main character.
Pretty much Goku.
Yeah. No, I honestly
he's not wouldn't even
I wouldn't compare him to Goku at all. He's legitimately just pure. He doesn't want to fight. Fighting. He doesn't want to get stronger.
Yeah,
he's trying to protect his family. Yeah. He's trying to save his sister. He has a set goal. He's doing his thing, and he even when he's killing fucking demons, he's like, I'm sorry, man. Like, I know you probably had a really sad backstory. Like, I'm sure as a person you were great.
Yeah.
But you gotta die. And, he understands that it's not easy to kill someone or even a demon, but he's still willing to do it because he's doing it for his sister.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But Inosuke, on the other hand,
Does not give two
this
shits.
motherfucker, he was raised in the mountains. He taught himself in the mountains how to do his own breathing style, which
Out of the mountain.
Beast breathing.
yeah, beast breathing. Everyone else has like had a teacher, and they've had some sort of sensei and just something. Like they taught them how to do a certain type of breathing.
So basically,
and then there's Inosuke.
Inosuke found a demon slayer out in the woods.
Yeah.
Beat him up, stole his sword, and
And then
entered
ta-
selections. Is what he did.
Yeah, how fucking badass is that?
That's pretty.
Like, there's
badass.
no reason why he's there. He wakes up and chooses violence every day.
Exactly,
Yeah.
dude. And
Like,
he just
I
wants
just-
to headbutt his way into beating Tanjiro at first.
There's so many reasons Inosuke is my favorite character. He's the himbo of the
He's your
group.
favorite?
Oh, I love it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
I'm
my
so
favorite
sorry for
too.
just I spoiled that. Oh god.
Yeah, he's my
No
favorite.
one compares to me. Like I have favorite Hashira, favorite stuff, but my favorite overall character, Inosuke,
Is Inosuke.
100%.
Yeah,
Okay.
for sure.
Okay. How about
He's
you?
awesome. Yeah, he's the one that got me hooked.
Inosuke was
As
yours?
soon as he came into the storyline, I was like, oh, this show's awesome.
Alright, so I can definitely see how Inosuke would be a lot of people's favorite characters because
I
of
feel like he definitely is.
yeah. I mean,
No,
it's
he's
kind of
awesome.
hard to not choose Inosuke. He's funny. He's a badass. He developed his own breeding style, and he's just kind of the complete package. Tanjiro's kind of a bitch. No offense to Tanjiro lovers. Yes.
No, I get that.
He
I
is.
see
He's
that.
just, he's a square.
He is kind of a square. It's
He's a square.
it's the classic cookie cutter. I am the hero of the story, and it's all about
But
me.
I still like him. for sure.
I still like him too. He has his moments, but he does
There's
kind
not
of.
really anyone I don't like except for
I will say,
the
while
lightning one at the beginning.
Tanjiro is definitely like, oh, I'm the main character, the Gary
Yeah.
Sue type deal. It isn't like a situation like in Dragon Ball Z with Goku and Vegeta versus everyone else, to where no one else is relevant.
Yeah.
Like everyone has their moments to shine.
You're
Like,
right.
In
You're right.
your favorite arc, the part where they're fighting the Spider Family, Zenitsu has his part where
Yeah.
he has his own fight and he fights someone strong. Inosuke has his part where he fights his strong opponent, and then Tanjiro doesn't even beat his opponent.
No, he doesn't.
He ends up he cuts the head off and does a thing, but like he doesn't have it. So everyone stays so relevant.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
even though Tanjiro is, like you said, like kind of
Well-
that Gary Sue character, he has the support of this like the cast around him, so he doesn't have to carry the whole story.
It's
Yeah.
true. Yeah, you're right. Which it does give it the story a unique feel.
Okay.
It gives it a unique feel because you know the Hashiras are the BAs of the fucking universe.
Yeah, they set that up almost immediately.
And they're not really a big deal for most of season, or almost all of season 1.
Yeah.
You know, season 2 is when you get actually Mugen Train is when you get your first taste of what a Hashira can be and do.
Yeah.
And then season 2 kind of just leads off with that. And then obviously the rest of the story arc, but they do a good job of distributing the screen time between all 3 of those characters.
I think it's a
Yeah.
good balance.
It is a good balance between all of them.
And you
I'll
get to
agree.
really see their personalities as they go, whether it's in fights or just in general situations, or even while they're recovering, like how they handle it. You've got Zenitsu who, like, legitimately, he's just in bed. He's like, "Oh man,
He's chilling.
I can't do nothing. I'm hurt.
Yeah, he
like
kinda
I've
takes
got
advantage of that.
if I stand up, I'm gonna die of disease."
Uh-huh.
You've got Tanjiro who's like trying to do stuff and like
Mhm.
working his way back, and then you've got Inosuke who's got 37 broken bones
Yep,
and
he's
3
doing-
concussions, and he's sitting there doing push-ups like he thinks he's Rock Lee,
Well, he got kind of
just out in the
shook.
courtyard.
Or was that season 2 where he was pretty shook?
No, that was season 1
Yeah, he was
with the
pretty
Spider
shook.
Family when he gets
Yeah.
his vocal cords crushed.
Yeah,
And
and
all
then,
that
like
fun
he
stuff.
didn't
Like-
really want to train for
For a
couple
little
weeks.
bit, and then
Yeah.
he saw how much Tanjiro was
Yeah, and then he
Yeah,
jumped
stronger than
straight
him,
back
yeah.
into it.
exceeding, and then he
Yeah.
jumped right back in.
But it just really gives you a chance to see their personalities,
But-
and just so much more than, hey, this is a guy with a sword, he's gonna slash something.
So,
Yeah.
as far as favorite characters go, we got
Inosuke.
Inosuke here too.
Inosuke. And I don't think it's any surprise who my favorite character is because
Who's your favorite
Well, I
character?
know.
You do?
You're talking about overall?
Yeah.
Obviously, it's Rengoku.
Exactly.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
You like Rengoku?
Rengoku's my favorite.
Okay, but who's Rengoku?
Show the guys who Rengoku is.
All right, guys. Here's my
Yeah,
leg.
show some leg.
Oh yeah, baby.
Baby.
So, Kyojuro Rengoku is my favorite by far. You know.
He's. He's dope. I was gonna say my favorite Hashira, but I'll get to that later.
So I had a few favorite Hashiras, but yes, Kyojuro is my favorite character overall. That whole Mugen Train movie, when it came out and I watched it like 3 more times right after that.
I don't blame you at all.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
It had everything.
That's why season 1's a blur, right? Because season 2 I watched so many times.
Whew.
Season
I don't
1.
even want to.
I think season 1 was once for me.
Season 2. No, I
definitely watched season 1 a few times
I did
because
too.
I used Demon Slayer as an introduction anime for a couple people.
Yeah.
And like that was the first one I showed them.
Yeah.
There's a lot of eye candy in season 1, and
The animation's great.
yes, the animation is so good. They did such a good job with the animation.
Ufotable does a great job as a
But-
studio.
The whole setup in season 1 was amazing. I loved it. The whole selections, going through selections where you had to go through this whole forest of demons. Oh,
Yeah.
my wig's coming.
You're going to find out later that's like the tuning exam. Don't
So
worry about it.
You will watch Naruto eventually.
yeah, no.
It's gonna happen.
You
I'm
will watch
sorry.
the two
You
movies.
can't go through this
You will
journey
watch the
with us
tuning
and not
exams
end up
when they're in the
whatever.
forest
We're not talking about Naruto today. I could care less about Naruto.
for now.
Not the whole.
Whatever,
that's-
just keep
never
going.
mind. That's something else. I don't want to get into that.
Keep going.
But the whole selections and picking out your aura at the end for your sword that's made by a special swordsmith.
I don't think they don't get to pick the aura though, do they? Like,
Yeah, they get to pick the aura.
Well, I remember when they made Tanjiro's sword, they were freaking out. I was like, "Oh, it's a black blade." Like,
Yeah, you got to pick your aura though.
I don't
Remember
think
when
he
they
gets
made
to, I don't think he
Inosuke's
gets to
sword?
pick it.
He's
Yes,
over
he
there.
does.
I feel like he doesn't. Like, I feel like because he didn't
Yes.
know it was gonna be black either.
Yeah, they don't get to pick it.
Yes, they picked their aura. I bet you they picked their aura.
No, because they were surprised.
Like,
She
It
opened
Yeah.
the girl the guy that's dressed up like a girl opens a box with a bunch of auras and says, "Pick out your aura for your sword that'll be crafted."
No, I feel like he's just picking out the metal, not the aura. Like he's just picking out the
No,
metal.
not the aura, the ore, metal ore.
Oh my god. Okay, I'm so sorry. I thought you were saying aura.
No,
And
that,
that
comes
was why-
with,
okay,
that comes
okay.
within them.
Okay, yeah, okay.
So yes,
okay,
when
we're
they
back, we're
hold
back.
their sword changes to a certain color, and that kind of dictates the style that they're using, right? So red would be flame breathing, and blue would be water breathing, and green is
Black really didn't
green
have
is
anything.
wind, right?
Well, when Tanjiro's blade turned black, everyone was kind of freaking out because
'Cause
no
they
one
didn't
with a
really
black
have-
blade had ever been
A Hashira
successful.
before, yeah,
Yeah.
or a Hashira for that matter,
Yeah.
either, yeah.
'Cause
So
They'd always
this
died
man
early.
undecisive.
yeah, and the swordsmith was super pissed because he thought that Tanjiro was gonna have a red sword for sun breathing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whoa! We don't talk about sun breathing yet.
Not yet. I'm
that
sorry.
doesn't exist.
That's not till.
Way later.
No, they talk about it in season 1.
No, they talk about the
Season
dad's
2.
dance,
Yeah.
but they don't talk about actual sun breathing. They just talk about
Yeah,
how
they
the
talk
dance
about
was.
the dance. So he expected his sword to turn red. It didn't turn red. It turned black, and he was very disappointed that it turned black.
Yeah. Well, especially after he was told that no one with a black blade like lived a life, and they all died early.
Yeah, they were kind of not good
Yeah.
swordsmen, and there weren't
Well,
very
that's
many
the
of
that's
them.
the assumption that's
That's
made
the
at the
assumption.
time
Yeah.
because like they die early deaths, like blah blah blah. They kind of. God, I
But-
love the way you play with your
You
hair.
like that, but. Shit.
Yeah, every Demon Slayer with their
Frickin'
individual
silly,
sword and their individual color that they've got, like it kind of says a lot about them as a swordsman.
It does,
Yeah.
and I like that a lot when it came to certain animes. I like to differentiate who's good at what. You know what I mean? So it gave everybody their own personality right off the bat before you even knew who they were. You know, flame breathers, wind, sound,
Lightning.
yeah, thunder, lightning, beast
Beast.
breathing,
Yeah.
water. They all had their own personality, and once you get to meet the rest of the Hashiras, which you do at the end of season 1,
Yeah. You
Yeah.
made them all season 1.
That was pretty
and
sweet.
it was just an amazing collection of all these swordsmen that were on another level that Tanjiro and the other guys couldn't even comprehend being on that level, you know?
Yeah.
So I feel like my favorite part about the swords part is meeting the swordsmiths and
Yeah.
their personalities. Especially when something like Inosuke's sword's breaking and then making new ones and being all
that
proud
part
of
was
it. And then he starts
hilarious.
chipping away at him.
That's a great.
So he's got these serrated blades that he made
You
himself.
always wonder how it
And
happened.
yeah, and
How
then
it
you
got
see
serrated.
him chipping
Yeah.
away at the blades as they
Yeah.
bring him new ones, and then the swordsmith's just getting fucking pissed at him and like chasing him around and shit. But like that, like everyone has their own personality.
I
There's
agree.
no two people that are just the same person. Even the two people that are by the side of like the head of the Demon Slayer corpse, like his kids, I think they are. I honestly don't remember their
They're
names.
his
I'm
kids.
horrible at
Twins?
names. But
Yeah.
like they look the same, but even they have slightly different personalities with what they're doing and how they
Yeah.
handle stuff. Like even in season 1, like the way they react to stuff is just different enough. They're like, hey, like they're their own people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. So, what about our least favorite thing about season 1? I know what
it
yours
took,
is
well,
already.
I already
Billy,
told you
let's
that
start.
part,
Yeah.
but also the fight scenes weren't really that cool until the Spider Family, I think, personally. Like, the fight scene before the Spider Family was the girl with the dodgeballs.
Yeah.
You know, the balls. I don't think that was anything special. Like, it was a little corny. And then
Did that happen first, or did the mansion happen after? Which
I think the mansion happened after that.
It was, yeah, I don't think Inosuke was in that yet.
No.
Inosuke wasn't.
Because right after
And
that,
then, then
Tanjiro
after
met-
that, it started getting a little better for sure. But she ended up not even being
yeah, they all thought she was
upper
one
6,
of the 12,
lower 6.
one of the 12
But-
Kuzuki, and
Yeah.
she
Like,
wasn't.
everything up until then, I was like, I'm just waiting for, like, a badass fight scene. Like, nothing. And then finally, the mansion was pretty cool. But then it wasn't until the Spider Family when I personally thought you got the badass fight scenes. And
I'll
then
agree.
obviously all of season 2 was badass.
I'll
but
agree with that.
It took a while for like a really cool fight scene. Season 1, I think.
Okay.
I'll agree with that. For me, it was the lack of supporting characters that Tanjiro had before he met Zenitsu and Inosuke. When it was just him,
Him and his sister, yeah.
it was a little tough to. It wasn't like, I won't say it was tough to watch because it was still interesting enough for me to keep watching it, but it was a lot slower.
I feel like that's kind of intentional though.
I
Just because it's showing how slowly he's progressing alone.
Yeah.
And then like the additional people are added in and the support is added and then the movement starts. Especially, I don't want to say what happens
He
later
was
in the
alone
manga.
for a while, yeah.
But with what happens later, like, and how much it emphasizes, like, needing a group of people and needing everyone with you, I feel like, while I agree it was definitely a little slower and it didn't feel like it was moving as fast, I feel like that was intentional.
As far as story writing goes, it was necessary, but that's how much I love the story arc, not the story arc, but the whole universe of Demon Slayer is that was the worst part for me.
Okay.
Was the slower parts, because once it picked up, man, did it pick up.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
We're just nitpicking for
Yeah,
sure.
it's nitpicking. It is nitpicking. So
I mean, with early Demon Slayer, I feel like you have to. Early
Yeah.
Demon Slayer is
yeah,
really fucking good.
you have to nitpick this show because there really isn't a lot to complain about.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, so
At the end of the day, it ended up being. I like the slow progression. Just the ride wasn't too fun.
It
Yeah.
builds.
At the beginning.
you got kind of a build up, and it built up really well, and
Yeah.
then it just kind of
Crescendos.
it flooded you with all of this.
You know,
beautiful
actually,
eye
my
candy.
favorite scene might be when we see the Hashira in action.
In season
1?
But no, the spider arc.
Yeah, season 1. You
Yeah.
see
Like when you
that
get
was,
Shinobu and Gyu and
yeah,
they're
that was
just
because
beating the
I
shit
love
out
an anime when like my favorite thing about anime is when you see such difference in power levels.
Yeah.
I love that.
I agree.
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
gives you an idea of what
yeah.
the top is
'Cause-
and what they're worth.
yeah, you're
Yeah.
right. Because Tanjiro just struggled, and he should have
can't-
died many times in that, but he was
Destroy.
getting played with the whole time. Pretty
Yeah.
much getting played. I mean, he surprised him a little bit, but for the most part, he was playing with him most of the time.
Yeah,
And
you got that
then
one shot
Gyu
in.
showed up, and it was a whole nother level. I mean,
Use their lights out, bud.
Yeah.
lights out. There
yeah,
was
I love
nothing
seeing
more
that
for
in
you.
anime. I love seeing power differences.
So, and that was really the first time you got to see the difference between that rank of Demon Slayer that they were versus the top level Hashira Demon
And-
Slayer.
And that is not
Like,
a
you
lot
know,
of shows.
You know they exist,
that.
but you don't know like the extent
Yes.
to the difference.
Because you really
Yeah.
haven't seen it. I mean,
Exactly.
you got a tiny glimpse in the very first episode when Gyu showed up and tried to save Tanjiro from his own sister,
yeah,
but you didn't get much at all.
you didn't understand how
No, you
just
didn't.
how strong they were and just
Yeah, it wasn't
what
enough.
they brought.
This
to
show
the
does
table.
this show does a really good job, really good job of separating power levels and people progressing to that power level. Does a really good job.
So
of that.
yeah, touche. I wish I could have more of Demon Slayer because really, in all honesty, it could have gone longer and I wouldn't have been mad.
I
for sure
do
they
agree
could
with
have
that.
longer.
Even if they only kept the last arc as the last arc, they could have done more.
Really, if
I-
like if
thought
I
it
was
rushed.
if
didn't
I
like
was
anything, but it just rushed.
if I was writing this,
I don't want to see no one running this. I don't want to
I
spoil
would've-
nothing, but no, I didn't like it.
if I was writing this, I would have had each Hashira have their own season.
not own season,
I don't
but-
think own season. I think maybe like one or two or three or like a group of them.
Nah,
Like
No.
I wouldn't give
Their
each,
whole season.
I wouldn't give each one their own season.
they deserved it. I
I
think they
feel like
deserved
it. I feel like it would just get tiring after a little bit. Like I understand
not their whole
each.
season.
Yeah, like at that point they would have to like each kill an upper moon, and like go through the entire.
There was
12.
plenty of them for them to kill.
There was, but then what do you do for the last arc? The upper moons are all done.
Yeah, you're
Like,
right.
do you only
but
fight
that's
Muzan?
just how it all. That's just how all of it ended
Well,
up
they
working
could have
out.
figured something out. Like
They
it
could have
ended
figured
with-
something
I mean,
out different,
definitely things could have gone a little different towards the end, but
There's a lot of coulda, shoulda, woulda, but obviously it ended the way it did, and yeah. But anyways, we are about to go on a break, on a commercial break, one of our commercials. So, so we'll be back in a couple minutes. All right, welcome back to the podcast. We left off on season 1, so it's a
I
good
feel like
time.
this should light up.
I feel like it should too, but it actually we get distracted very easily, folks. But no, this is a really good model. Actually, it looks very
thank you,
good.
thank you.
Yeah.
I made it out of nothing but time and
You made that?
Oh God, no! I bought it on Amazon.
I ordered it on Amazon.
Fuck you, Jeff
But-
Bezos, but also thank you,
Oh,
Jeff Bezos.
anyways, before we get distracted, we just spoke about season 1 of Demon Slayer, and I don't know if there's much more to talk about season 1.
honestly, no. I think we're good to move on to Mugen Train.
Let me see.
Well, oh wait, no. When they meet when the scene where they meet all the Hashira, I think not individual favorite character, but just going off of that scene.
Oh, okay.
Who's your guys' favorite Hashira?
I like that question.
Like
Yeah.
just off
Just
of
off
that
that
scene and the personalities represented
Mine
there.
was Gyu.
Gyu?
Because we saw a little taste of it.
Okay,
So I
okay.
kind of had.
Oh, you got a little more.
Yeah, I got a little more of him. But that stuck throughout the whole season, though.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
So he's still my favorite overall.
Mine's obviously Rengoku.
I think you're making that up.
In that part,
I
I,
don't think you
didn't
like
even think he was
Rengoku.
cool in that part. Rengoku.
A little bit.
He was kind of an
Little bit.
asshole in that part.
He wasn't really an asshole. The Wind Hashira was an asshole.
Okay, good. I'm glad you mentioned
Yeah,
him because
the-
he's my fucking favorite.
I thought
And-
Tengen was your favorite.
No, he's my favorite that's been revealed in the anime so far. I
Oh,
love
okay.
I love Tengen. He's great. But
The Flashy?
yeah,
Yeah, so
He's
flashy.
awesome.
Tengen would be my second favorite.
Bro, we're talking about. He said first impression.
No, I know. I'm going off first impression.
Who was it?
My favorite is the Wind Hashira.
First impression. Really?
Oh my! I know. He was such a prick, and like he just started stabbing Nezuko, and it was great.
Yeah.
Because like he's a demon slayer. He's there to kill fucking demons.
But he had a rough life.
We don't know that yet.
All
we know is he's a fucking prick.
He's kind of
just
a dick.
To be a prick.
Yeah.
He looks Tanjiro in the eyes. He says, "Hey, guess what?" And stabs his sister.
I'm going to kill your sister.
Yeah, he doesn't. He doesn't care. The amount of fucks he gives can be divided by 0 because he gives no fucks.
No fucks.
Not a single fuck.
Yeah, he is.
And like Sean was saying, he cut himself, being like, "Yeah, watch this."
She's going to try and eat me.
Yeah, if she tries to eat me, I'm fucking killing her right here.
But she did not.
You're right.
She didn't go for the gabagool.
She did not.
It could have gone either. I think him. You got 2 different categories. Like you got people like your side that love him, and then my side that thought he was an asshole.
Oh yeah, no. Especially at the
Probably.
beginning, I feel like he was very polarizing because everyone's like, "Oh yeah, no, he's gonna be awesome," or "Oh hey."
No, I knew he was, just by looking at him, you could tell he was a badass, but this guy's a prick.
But I mean, as far as
But Gyu, he's fucking, he stood up to the test of time because I liked him from the start and then.
Okay.
He was pretty much the same though.
I mean, I like him. He had a laid back personality.
Yeah, he was like, to me, he was like this the whole way through.
Yeah.
Right. To me, at least the Wind Hashira was like down here because oh man, that guy's kind of a dick.
Yeah, and then he went up.
And then he started to climb, and by the end, I was like,
I still didn't
that
like
guy's
him.
a fucking badass.
Yeah, obviously by the end,
he beats all sorts of ass.
But as far as Gyu goes,
but you already know.
Fucking,
spoiler alert! Who makes? You already know. Like you know.
But,
I have my feelings about that, and we're not gonna even start there.
Before I got Gyu's backstory, I honestly didn't care for him.
Really?
I thought he was boring.
I like that though. I like that he was so. I saw it as him being so.
He was just a downer for no reason, and it wasn't like he's like another emo character type shit where like he's different. He's just like yeah whatever.
Well, he was considered.
I just saw him as like the most naturally skilled.
No.
Well, no. He tried really hard. He
worked his ass off, but before I found out his backstory,
was the most naturally skilled.
He was the youngest, but also
that was just definitely the most.
But as far as Gyu goes, I don't hate Gyu. I do like Gyu.
I don't hate any of them.
But Gyu's character was considered the fake Hashira.
I don't even think it was considered fake Hashira. I think he was the only one who considered himself.
But that's
he considered. Yes, you're right. He considered himself a fake Hashira because he never killed a single demon through selections.
That's where the natural talent comes in, though, because he pretty much his skills took him more than he wanted to go.
But he never he shouldn't have. Let's not get into this right now.
Yeah, he never should have made it past selections.
Yeah, we're not too there yet.
We're not there yet, but what we're here to talk about is Mugen Train then, because we are
talking about Rengoku.
Yes, that
was good.
So that's where that leads into. So, favorite Hashira, Wind Hashira. First impression,
love him. I am very sad right now because for some reason I'm pulling a blank on names, and it's really frustrating me. I know. Usually I'm good with names.
Okay, so you got first impression. What about overall?
Overall? Yeah. Oh, still the Wind Hashira. Oh yeah,
really still the Wind Hashira.
Yeah, because like you said, he just kept going up. And
you're right.
Like I liked him when everyone was like, "Oh, this guy's a prick," and then you get the good parts of him, and I was like, "Oh fuck."
That is like
I want this guy to.
That is, you're right. Like that is like this how you build the character.
Yeah, like if you start high on someone and then they build them, like oh hell yeah. But if you start low, where it sounds like you guys did on him, and then you go like, oh yeah, that's a good character. But I'm just saying like, fuck yeah, let's go.
Keep it going.
I still thought he was cocky ass all the way to the end.
That's not bad. I don't see that as a negative.
So your favorite Hashira was?
So I started with I'm not gonna lie. after season 2, I really liked the Flash. What was his name?
Tengen.
Tengen.
Tengen
Yeah, he was really up there, but he kind of disappointed me when I don't want to get into that.
What did he do that disappointed you? He beat some fucking
quit.
ass. He lost a whole arm.
I don't care. He done quit.
What can't do I? The love Hashira. What's her name?
Oh,
I can't
she's
fucking
not even
remember.
on that. Yeah,
I don't
obviously,
care
yeah.
if she's not on that list of favorite Hashira. She's on a different list.
She's
Oh my
talented.
God.
yeah,
She's
she's
talented
good for the
sure.
plot.
Yeah.
I need to remember.
No, but
but
I
I
don't
can't.
remember.
Tengen really got up there for sure.
I love his personality.
The fact that he
Mr.
had
Wives.
he had a whole season pretty much based on him. When he's at
And
the,
that's what I wanted for all of them, is a whole season based off of them. I
But if
think
you
it would have
look-
been amazing.
But if you look at it, the season isn't about Tengen. The season is about the Zenitsu, Tanjiro,
Yes.
and Inosuke, like them getting to actually work with a Hashira for the first time.
Yeah, but you gotta for the second time.
Well, no, I don't count them working with Gyu.
And Goku.
Okay, yeah. I'm so sorry.
No.
So it's the
Anyway, back on the train.
even
though.
if you
But the
have
train was mostly them getting saved by Rengoku.
I know,
Like they
that's-
didn't actually
yeah.
work with him.
but Tanjiro learned so many important lessons from Rengoku.
Yeah, like don't be a bitch.
Exactly. That was my favorite
That's
part.
the best lesson.
So they all had. So I would have loved it if they would have all just had their time with the Hashira and ascended the level of Hashira to end the whole thing. You know what I mean?
I mean, technically they did though.
Kinda.
To be a Hashira, you have to. I think it's like 50 demons you have to kill or defeat an upper
I
moon.
think it's a lot more.
Gotta-
Than
No,
that.
I think
don't
it's
know
like
if it has to
50 or
be
52.
upper, it could be lower.
Can it be a
No.
lower? I think it's got to be an upper
It's
moon.
got to be a top 12.
Yes,
I
it could
feel
be
like it's
lower.
actually got to be an upper moon because if it was a top 12,
But they have
that they would have been one of them would have been a Hashira after Mugen Train.
But if it
They
was,
none of
depending
them
none
defeated
of
the
them
top.
killed her.
Yeah, they did. Top 12, they
Oh,
defeated
you're
a
right.
lower 6. The one
Who?
who the train.
The dream one.
Oh, that
Yeah.
was like a stand-in. That was a fill-in.
No, it wasn't. It was legitimately one of
Yeah,
the upper,
no, you're right,
the,
you're right, you're
the
right.
12. I feel
Yeah.
like it's got to be
but
an
that
upper
was a
moon.
team effort.
Exactly, but
So it has-
depending on how you look at it, one of them should have been promoted. Like even
Well,
if
it has to be
either
like a
Tanjiro
one-on-one, I think, though.
or Inosuke, it doesn't. I feel
I mean,
like
I
there's,
feel like
there's
it's-
no one-on-ones that really
but
happen.
but they also
They
didn't have
do?
the body count.
Rarely though.
But I feel like it has to be one-on-one. You beat a 12. This was like a team effort
I
to beat
feel-
that one.
We'll have to look into that and we'll
We'll have to
confirm
look into
next
that.
time.
Because
but-
the only reason I say that is because even like established Hashiras could barely take on an upper 6.
and that's what
That's
what
what
I'm
I'm
saying.
saying.
That's
So how
that
can
you
that be like a? How
Like-
can that be the test when you already got established ones that could barely take him on? You know
because
what I mean?
they're already there and they're established to be stronger, so you have
Yeah.
to work together.
Yeah.
Like I feel like it's more you have to be involved. Like you get the final strike on it. And you're the one who cuts their head off or does what's needed. Like I feel like it's assumed that it's gonna be a group effort.
Yeah.
It just
Well,
like,
no, it's not. Hashiras don't really.
I
They usually work alone. Like every.
it's but when they're
seems-
against an upper moon, even they have to work together. Like
That's
even
what I
Well,
mean. So
It
that'd be a
does
hard
kind of
test.
almost seem like they are.
like you see Rengoku work alone in Mugen Train, but that seems like more the exception than the rule throughout the rest of the series. Like Rengoku
seems like
is
it's-
protecting Tanjiro,
Yeah.
Inosuke, and Zenitsu, so he's doing it alone because the other guys have already gone against the lower moon. They've done their shit, and no one expected the upper moon to come.
Yeah.
And Rengoku just happened to be there, and he's like, "Yo, these guys are gonna die if I can't."
Oh
do
yeah, we
this."
definitely got to look into that.
So it
Never-
does also
yeah.
seem like it's pretty rare for them to run into a top 6
Well, yeah.
because
There's only 6 of them.
when the
Yeah,
when the
exactly.
number 3 showed up,
It's not rare for the upper 6 though. They run into them all the time.
Yeah, they kill.
yeah. But when one of the top 3 showed up, they were all very like, "Oh my God, what is a top 3 doing here?"
Yeah.
And, I mean, even that if you're looking at the top 6, if the upper 6 comes, like you're gonna be a lot less threatened than if the upper fucking 3 comes.
Yeah.
Like I don't care
there's
who you
quite
are.
the gap between the top 3 and the bottom 6.
Exactly. Yeah, it's just completely
So,
different scenario.
As far as Mugen Train goes, so they all get sent on a mission to go on this train to investigate with a current Hashira there, which is the Flame Hashira Kyojuro Rengoku, and that's when you really get the full like feeling of what it is to be a Hashira.
Yeah.
Was with Rengoku. So for me, that was one
Well,
of
I saw that with Giyu. We saw that with Giyu.
I didn't see it quite with Gyu. I think it was more established with Kyojuro.
I gotta agree with that. While
Yeah.
Giyu was definitely stronger than Tanjiro and the main crew,
Yeah.
like Rengoku came out with such a gap that while you know Giyu's stronger, like based on introduction to introduction, I thought Rengoku would beat the shit.
Oh, that's
Giyu,
where we
just
got
out
biases coming in because he's your favorite, Giyu's my favorite.
But
So,
Rengoku, neither of them are my favorite.
So you're
and,
unbiased.
So
like
to me-
I like both of them.
to
I
me,
don't
in-
dislike either.
in
of
all
them.
honesty,
but
I
Rengoku
think
just
No,
seems stronger right
I
off
will
rip.
say because we read ahead. And,
we read ahead.
Well, we gotta see how it plays out in actual animation.
Yeah.
But reading through the manga, it did look like Rengoku did a better job.
So to me, Rengoku is the higher level Hashira to Giyu
Yeah.
because he took on
3, a level.
the
I
yeah.
mean, he was
Upper
he was
three.
definitely the more experienced one.
upper
like,
3
he-
going on upper 2. He was upper 3, like challenging upper 2.
But
Yeah.
he challenged the upper one.
Yeah,
challenged
but,
the
I mean,
first
that was
moon.
ridiculous. The upper one would have destroyed him. Like,
But the upper one respected him.
Yeah.
Like the upper one, like normally he killed people when they challenged him, but he was
Yeah.
like, you know what? I respect you so much. I'm gonna keep you.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna
Who
keep
are
you
we
around.
talking about again?
I'm talking about the upper 3.
Oh, yeah.
He pretty much challenged upper 2, like right off the bat.
Son of me,
So
the wind pillar. Son of me.
son of me. There you go. You're right.
I'm good at this.
This will happen.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So
Horrible.
to
with
me,
names.
Brain words.
because Giyu had to have the mark.
At least Giyu's top 5.
I'll agree. He is top 5, but because he had to have the mark and Tanjiro's help, who also had the mark, to take down
But
Akaza.
I've drawn back on
We're
the mark
going
thing.
we're going so far ahead.
Yeah.
Yes, we are going far. But
Yeah.
that just proves how much of a badass
No, I take
Rengoku is.
the mark thing isn't fair because you can't blame Giyu for getting the mark when Rengoku couldn't get it.
No, there's not a couldn't get it thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, why
he died.
not?
He died before they knew much anything about it.
I mean, how much did he really need to know about it?
Nobody
it
knew
exists.
anything about it.
They didn't even know it existed.
All they did was train like normal.
No,
No,
They trained a little harder, but they were mostly
They
training
did.
the lower level
They did
guys.
so much,
They
but they
did a
also
lot.
trained with each other.
Yeah,
They
trained
worked
with each
so
other.
hard.
All right,
to
yeah,
get
they
there.
sparred with each other, but I see it as, I mean, yeah, okay, it might be a plot thing, but like I see it as like, don't blame him for getting the mark when Rengoku couldn't get it. Like,
It's
come
not
on.
that he couldn't get it.
There's no blaming. He just hadn't gotten there.
They just had no idea, and they really had no idea about it.
Oh,
It was a myth, is what it was.
All he did
at
was
the time.
train a little bit harder.
It's not a train. It's a mental.
He had more
state.
time alive.
Yes,
They used
They all-
Rengoku to show how strong the upper moons are, and they
Yeah.
didn't do it with the upper 6. They didn't do it with the upper 5 or 4. They did it. They brought the upper 3.
Yep.
Immediately,
Yeah,
one
I know,
of the
Rengoku
3
was
strongest,
he was pretty
and
much,
had Rengoku 1v1 the guy.
he was pretty much a sacrificial lamb before they even got to that part of their story.
The most impressive jobber I've ever seen in an anime.
Yeah.
The whole thing is to show how strong he is and then bring someone stronger and then kill him.
Yes.
Which, I mean, normally, like with Yamcha and Krillin and fucking...
No, Rengoku's definitely top 3.
Yeah, he's strong as shit. He's stated to be
You
one of
could
the
tell
stronger
by how
Hashira.
surprised everybody was.
Yeah,
So-
everyone was fucking shocked when they found out he did it.
And personally, that fight scene is
Spoiler
probably
alert.
the best fight scene
He's my favorite donut.
in the entire Demon Slayer. You know,
So you say that's your favorite fight through, like, even the stuff you read?
Oh,
that fight scene was so fucking badass.
prepare to shed a tear also, maybe.
Oh, tell us. Make us cry.
He shed a tear.
He shed a tear.
I did not.
So we watched it together. And
I didn't cry.
yes, so
No, I didn't.
when my
Fuck
so
you, I didn't cry.
when
Oh,
my
man.
brother
I'll easily admit
when my
I
brother
cried.
is about to get sad, when something sad's about to happen, he goes on his phone and looks up funny things to watch. And
I do that after scary movies.
Exactly.
Not
So
during
He was
sad
terrified.
parts.
to be
Yeah.
scared and sad, he starts watching funny
It
videos.
was that. I did do that.
I mean,
I turned and I saw it,
Yeah,
and
I
I
did
was
do that.
like, "Oh, you're about to cry," and he's like, "No,
No, I'm watching these memes.
I'm watching these funny memes, all right?" And
I did.
I will admit, it was very sad, and I think it was very prematurely that they took the character out of the. Well, they didn't necessarily take him out of the whole series because he shows up in spirit the rest of the way.
This is a major spoiler, but everyone. This has been out for so long. Everyone should know this. By
This
now.
is a major spoiler alert. You
It's
should
been
have
out
seen
for
Mugen
over,
Train by
what,
now.
A year?
Wait, Wait, what happens?
When Goku meets his maker.
Rengoku meets his
He
maker,
meets his dad?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
He tried to be
defending.
his dad.
Yeah, he did.
Pretty much.
He did.
He's like-
He met his maker defending everybody on the train.
See, I disagree with what you said when you're saying they took him away too early.
Uh-huh.
I feel like
He was a
the-
sacrificial lamb, but
he
it was
was
necessary.
he was the perfect one to take out in that situation.
Not the perfect.
No, I
Because he was some
There's
people's
no-
favorite.
I'm not saying from like a fan point of view.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
saying from a story point of
Yeah,
view.
because
He was the most like he
you have
worked
to
with
pick someone
he worked
really
with all
strong.
three of the main characters. He was one of the stronger Hashira,
Yeah.
and he was really set to drive.
You pretty much had to
the-
pick one of the top three.
Like it wasn't even just strength; it was
Uh-huh.
personality wise too. He was one of the most motivational to Tanjiro especially, but all of them. And then
That's what made it extra sad. How
exactly,
motivational
but
he
to
was.
watch him get donutted and turn into a Krispy Kreme in front of the main character,
Too soon, bro.
and
Too soon.
dude, if I could laugh about Ace the day I read it, I can laugh about Rengoku. I'm sorry, but like just for that to happen in the way it did to really show just how strong everyone is, like
And
throughout the
upper
entire
sixes?
the entirety of Mugen Train. Every time Tanjiro and Inosuke and them are struggling with something, Rengoku just wakes up like, oh hey, bleh.
We'll
Like,
just put it this
bats it
way,
away.
dude. We'll just put it this way. We had one of the Hashiras. He needed like him plus all three of the others just to take on upper six, let alone upper three.
Let alone an upper three. I'll
that-
agree with that.
But I mean, Tengen is not one of the stronger Hashira, and he
I know,
even
but it's
admits
No,
that.
still, yeah.
he's still a
But it's still the
Hashira.
I mean,
difference
yeah.
in the skills.
When you talk about Hashiras, they
Rengoku had no help with that upper
yeah,
six.
he had no help
At
at all.
all.
In fact, he actually had to defend Tanjiro most of the time while he was fighting him.
But he's a goon. That's what you don't bring into the conversation. The motherfucker is built different.
Oh, Akaza?
No! Well, yes, Akaza's built different. But Rengoku is built different.
Yeah.
This
He
man
is.
punched a hole through his chest, and he stopped him from pulling his arm out by flexing his fucking
Yep.
abs and saying, "You're mine now."
Well, I mean,
But
the
this
other
is
guy was pretty badass too.
Like,
this
Akaza
is
had
what-
to rip his own arm
yeah,
off
he did
to
it.
get away.
Yep, to get just
Like-
to escape with his own fucking life.
It wasn't like it was a dog walk and
No.
Rengoku got beat to shit. He could have, like, if A, the fight went on longer, or B, the sun came up like 30 seconds
Yes,
sooner.
he
That
would've-
fight was won.
Yep.
The fact that Akaza ripped his own arm off and ran away shows how scared he was of Rengoku.
Not just ran away, but barely got away.
Like, he was asking Rengoku to be a demon the whole time. Like, hey, you sure you don't want to be a demon? Like, I don't want to kill you.
He's like, I wanna
I
fight you
respect you.
forever."
Like,
Yep.
I want to keep this going. You're really fucking strong.
Which is one of the reasons why I wanted them to meet a second time.
They did in the afterlife. Boom. How about that?
Maybe. I want to see that, though, if they ever
Akaza
write
is
that.
Fan fiction.
But it would... Yeah, fan fiction. But yes,
I'll find you a Rengoku Akaza fan
I
fiction.
would have
I'll write it.
loved to seen a rematch of that if there was some way to end that fight in a draw. And then bring it back in the final when they were in the mansion.
No, I think it ended good.
Yeah,
No.
I like the way Tanjiro ended that. Like because
'Cause he pretty
Rengoku
much
was like
said he
his main mentor
pretty much said he was a
for the beginning.
He pretty much said he lost because he did.
Who, Akaza?
Yeah, he's like, I survived,
yeah,
but I
he
lost.
Technically, he survived, but he lost.
Yeah.
You're right. He survived, but he lost. But it's one of those bullshit things where it's like, hey, you lost, but you won. You know?
Yeah.
I wouldn't even call
like
it
he
bullshit.
won on
I feel like
he won on a
technicality.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the best way to be right.
Like, you guys wouldn't want to see a rematch between those two.
Oh,
honestly, with how it ended between the final fight that it has, I'm okay with it.
I wasn't.
I
lose sleep over it. Just so you guys know, I lose sleep over it.
I wake up at 2 in the morning.
I do
every day.
Fuck.
And I just yell Rengoku, and my wife just gets so mad at me. She says, Sean, he's not even alive anymore. Why are you upset?
Stop it now. But to me, it was like,
get over it.
Come on.
I'm your wife.
How did they have to kill this fucking character so soon?
Had to.
Because, I mean, they built him up fast.
It had to be one of the top 3.
You met the guy, and after his first fucking sweet potato, you were in love with the guy.
Yeah.
It was
he does like sweet potato.
I like this character. This is a good character.
He's enthusiastic.
Yes, he was enthusiastic. He was full of energy. He had a lot to show. And not only that, but Tanjiro actually uses his sword guard throughout the entire series.
Yeah.
After that.
Yeah, he does. After the Swordsmith arc, that
Yep.
When they make a new
he ends up using his sword guard, and not only that, but you get a lot of flashbacks with him. And
do you think him and Tanjiro ever kissed?
I don't think so.
No, I think Tengen wanted Tanjiro to be his 4th wife.
Honestly.
No.
Well, have you ever... Okay,
Yeah.
I know this is a super popular thing online, but have you seen the thing where all 3 of the main characters look like Tengen's wives? Like, one of them looks like each of his
especially
wives?
with the eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, I've seen that so many times. Like, holy shit! Like,
so
that makes sense.
Yeah. I can't wait till they do this live action.
But I think I almost think like the writer had a, I don't want to say a soft spot.
I think the writer was one of those writers. She's like, I don't want to drag this out. I'm gonna fucking end this.
It sounded it did sound like that. No, we don't know who the writer is.
It's pretty sure it's a woman though. Like
So?
That's what the general consensus has become.
Really?
Yeah.
That explains a lot. Thinking about
So, to me, I feel like
I honestly, a lot of stories written by female mangakas end up being better stories, and I feel like
I'm cool with not dragging out, but this is one of those exceptions. You could have dragged out a little more.
I definitely feel like it could have gone longer. But
well, when it comes to anime,
there is such a thing as too long for
there
sure.
There is a lot of animes that just get fucking way too many.
Yep.
There's some that get a shit ton. That still does. You can still keep it going. I mean,
Dragon Ball is awesome.
I'm sorry, but Dragon Ball Z should have ended at Dragon Ball Z.
GT, GT is just not even.
You could have gotten rid of Dragon Ball GT. You could have gotten rid of Dragon Ball Super. Dragon Ball Z should have been where it ended.
Nah, Dragon Ball Super is awesome.
Dragon Ball Super is amazing.
We're gonna do a Tournament of Power episode.
Yes, we are.
That's A-okay. I'm fine with that. I'm gonna talk about how
awesome.
fucking useless Goku was the entire time.
But you watched every fucking minute of it.
Oh hell yeah! I watch everything.
There you go.
I watch anime I fucking hate.
Right.
I watched all of High School DxD.
So as far as
censored.
As far as
one of the ones that come on, cut that shit out.
Yeah, Naruto ended at pain.
As far as Demon Slayer goes, it was Rengoku. I felt like was the writer's favorite character.
Okay, I can see that
Because he gave because of Rengoku, the main character had so much purpose, and just kind of excelled the character into becoming who the character is. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Trick or treaters already.
Oh yeah, it is Halloween. We're getting trick or treaters right about now.
And I'm very excited to get put on a list with Sean as we open the door for the children.
Hell yeah.
No, but yeah, I agree with Rengoku being the writer's favorite.
But not only that, but not Rengoku, but a Flame Hashira was the one that introduced
sun breathing
to the Demon Slayer Corps. What was that old samurai's name? The one with the first mark?
Don't ask me.
Oh my guy.
You know who I'm talking about.
I know exactly who you're talking about, but I can't do names right now. I barely remembered my favorite Hashira's name. Sonomy, by the way. But
So-
it took me, 20 minutes?
It was a flame-breathing Hashira that introduced him to Demon Slayer Core.
Got 2 minutes.
And he was the one that introduced them to breathing styles.
Yeah.
So, and it was also Rengoku, I believe, was the one that saved the snake Hashira
Was
You're
he?
getting way
from
too-
his demise.
you're getting too
Oh,
far.
hey, yeah, no.
But I'm just proving to you why the
No, yeah, I
Flame
agree.
Hashira
He was
was
the
the favorite character for the writer to do.
So I would just like to say...
Yeah, we're
in-
getting close.
in conclusion, Rengoku is a bad bitch.
Yep.
Yes.
That's what I got out of Sean's argument.
B-A-O-R.
There is no argument against Rengoku being a bad bitch. And you cannot deny that Rengoku is a bad bitch.
He is a bad bitch.
And I want to say we're going to do an episode Hashira versus the Akatsuki.
Akatsuki win. That's not even
I
fair.
don't want to talk about that right now.
That's not even
It's
fair.
break time, guys. It's time to go to a pee
Versus
break, and then we
Spider.
will finish off the podcast. So we'll be right back.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we are back from our third pee break.
Yeah.
So,
Probably. I've
like,
been pissing the whole
I
time.
didn't
so
get
it's
it.
If you're just tuning in,
For real,
it
man.
is
Squeeze it on my bladder.
we are an anime based podcast. We love beer. We love talking about anime and other stuff, and
But mostly anime and beer, right?
mostly anime and beer. So
Well,
you
believe it or not, we're also sports junkies.
we are. We like football.
Sports.
Hey,
junkies.
what's your team, Jesse?
I'm a Bears fan.
How'd the Bears do on Sunday?
Justin Fields did really well. Honestly, this year we were all expecting to lose
Uh-huh.
anyway. But the
Uh-huh.
fact that we put up 30 points against the supposed top 3
It was
defense, in
21.
the,
Well,
29.
they're not top
Not 30.
3.
It was 29.
That's 30. That's not 30.
Well, that's
It's
not the
1
point.
point away from
but it's
30.
But it's not.
Oh
30.
my god, we
The
put up
point
29
is-
points. We scored more points against the Cowboys than
Yeah,
any other team
But the
has
Cowboys
this year so far.
have one of the worst run defense in the league. So
Okay,
that was
We
okay,
just
but
let off- we
3
just
of
let
the
off the
touchdowns
gas.
were passing touchdowns.
what?
Yeah.
Where?
It was Justin Fields' first time
He
throwing
ran
3
one.
passing
The
touchdowns.
defense,
Ran
hey,
one.
the defense just let off the gas because why?
Which is
The
fine.
game's over.
The Bears are trading away defensive pieces every week.
Game's
They
over.
Did trade Raquan Smith.
They traded Robert Quinn last week. This week they traded away Roquan Smith to the Ravens.
Yeah.
The game was
Like,
over
they're-
anyways.
That's fine.
And
That's
Justin
fine. At the
Fields-
time it wasn't. When
If-
Montgomery fumbled it.
If you guys don't know,
Oh my God!
the two
Justin
of us are
Fields
Cowboys
jumped over
fans.
Micah Parsons.
Okay,
Idiot.
in that scenario, I agree he should have touched him. But I understand,
Yeah.
like, if I was
No,
in
I
a
don't
situation,
understand
it looked like he
No,
gave
no.
himself. He was laying on the ground just over the ball.
But
He
you
should.
have to touch.
No,
him.
I'm saying I agree with that.
I even know that. We
I-
all know that.
No, I'm saying I get it and I agree with what you're saying, but I understand from his point of
Just lay
view
your
why
ass-
he didn't. He should have done it, but I understand why he didn't.
I
He
don't
should have
understand-
smacked him on the fucking ass and been
I
like,
don't
"Hey."
understand
all
why
it
he
took.
did it.
But on the other side, it's not like the defense was gonna stop the Cowboys' offense anyway.
They did.
It's just like,
No,
that's
they
all
did.
needed
They
to
stopped
do.
them twice.
Anyways,
That's it.
We're getting off topic.
Okay, sorry.
We are very
to
passionate about football. In fact,
And
football
basketball.
probably should be a podcast we start at some point, maybe.
Honestly, we
Fantasy
might do
football.
a couple
I
like
am so badass.
separate episodes about it, even on this.
That's
like, just
not a
like
bad
a
idea.
side episode.
But yes, because
I'm about to score 200 points this week.
I hit 160 and I'm excited.
I hit 162.
If Joe Burrow has a decent game, I'm gonna have 200.
Anyways, we are getting off
That's a
subject,
high score.
off topic.
What was
So,
this PPR?
God
I just had a good
where
team.
were we? Oh, so season 1. Let's rate season 1, guys. What do you guys think?
Season
damn.
one.
Are we
I mean,
doing
it's
it- are
hard.
we doing out of 10
Okay,
or how are
so-
we
Yeah,
rating
1
it?
out of 10.
So
1 out of 10.
the
How
thing
was
about
season
rating
1?
season one for me is like comparing it to season two. I'm not gonna try to do that because if I did compare it to season two, it'd be a low rating. But
Just compare it as a normal
as a
anime.
normal first season episode,
Yep.
It got me hooked, so I'll give it a 9. It got me
Oh
hooked.
shit!
It got me hooked.
That is
Okay.
that
Okay.
is-
Okay.
Anything that gets me hooked hard, like to make me read the manga, that's pretty high up there.
Okay. Okay. Am I next?
Yeah, you're next.
Oh man, I have a feeling you're gonna be kind of mad at me after this one.
Maybe.
season 1, I'll give a 6.5. It was not bad by any means. I enjoyed it. But I also enjoy some really shitty stuff. Like, I unironically watched High School DxD, and if you've ever watched it, you know what I'm saying. I watched it unironically and kept going with it.
Yeah.
But season 1, like, I kept watching it just because it existed. I didn't really care.
No, I get it. I'm having a hard time separating it from the entire series.
So
and that's fair.
So,
and I don't think it was bad by any means.
Yeah.
The 6.5 is still like
you're just doing a better job
bad.
at separating seasons.
So I'm not mad at you for giving it the score you gave it.
Okay.
It's to me, if I was to compare it, honestly, if I was to compare it to season 2, I would give it a 6.5 as well.
That's what I was trying not to do though.
But I'm not gonna do that.
See, I'm over here comparing it to Impel Down from
No,
One Piece.
no.
Season 2. Yeah.
So as far as I'm concerned,
I just based off the fact that it got me hooked.
I am going to give season 1 an 8.5 out of 10.
Okay.
Personally, I think it was a great season. It had its highs, it had its lows.
But the highs made you forget about the lows.
The highs made you forget about the lows, and obviously season 2 was pretty much all highs.
Yeah.
So I'm not even gonna fucking compare
season
the two,
2 is
right?
a 10. Spoiler alert.
Season 2 is just fucking action from
Get out
beginning
of
to
here.
the end. Yeah.
I'd give it. I'm not
can't-
gonna
no,
rate. I'm
we're
not
not
gonna rate
rating
it.
season
You
2
just
right
gave.
now.
You just said it's a 10.
I said
it was intense.
I said it was a 10.
Oh, okay. Sorry. So intense. A 10.
I thought it was
Spoilers.
obvious. So.
So, my
That'll be an
rating
argument
for
next episode.
season 1 would be
Not an
an
argument, but
8.5
just a
out of 10.
disagreement. Okay.
We got a 9 out of 10, and we got a 6.5 out of 10. Okay.
But it's a strong 6.5. It's
I
not
like that.
It's
That's
not like
still
it's not a
good.
weak one. It's not like a bad one.
No, it's not a limp dick one.
I
It's,
get it. I just had a hard time separating. Yeah,
Like
I
it's
get it.
it's a rock hard
I
6.5.
get it.
It's a rock hard
Like
6.5.
it's girthy.
Hey, it gets
above average.
it gets the job done, is what we're saying.
They'll never have to ask, is it in?
Yes. So, Mugen Train. What do you give Mugen Train?
Oh god, I gave Mugen Train an 8.
An 8?
An 8.
That's
The
solid.
movie?
Yeah.
That's like season 1, like a slow beginning and strong end. I'll give it an 8.
I'll give Mugen Train a 10.
10s are so hard to give out though.
No.
Yeah, I'm not
What are
giving
you
that
gonna
a
do
10.
if you see something that you end up liking better than Mugen Train?
I'll give it an 11.
Ooh.
I
That kind of turned me on a little bit.
not
I'm
even-
sorry, it's what I do.
No, I like that.
11s don't exist. It's 10 out of 10.
No, 11 definitely.
11s exist.
11 definitely
11s
exists.
exist.
But that kind of turns me on.
So,
Like,
all
I
I'm
don't
saying,
agree with
all
you,
I'm
but I
saying
like the
is
confidence.
besides Kyojuro dying, which I'll have to admit was necessary for the story to give the impact that it gave to many fans out there, it had to happen. I will admit that it had to happen. I just wish it wasn't that way.
That's fair. That's fair.
Which is why I gave it a 10 out of 10, because I would have to agree it is so hard to kill your favorite character, and to do that you have to kill your to kill your favorite character.
You have to kill your favorite character.
No, I'm sorry. For your main character to grow, you have to kill your favorite character. So if you're writing a story and you have characters that you naturally start liking more than the main character, I'm sorry, but that character has to die at some point.
Yeah, you can find that in pretty much every show.
That's
Most shows. A
Yeah.
lot of them don't die though. They just kind of get written to the background.
yeah.
So
but
I prefer them dying
at least his
than getting written
correct.
to nothing like
because
Rock Lee.
his death had a purpose.
Yeah. Agreed.
Rock Lee was not even in that comic.
So, like, nothing in that movie was filler. It was all fucking thriller. As far
Ooh, I like the way you say that.
Halloween,
Say
bro.
say that again.
It was no filler, all thriller, baby. But it was Halloween. It's Halloween, I mean. So, yes, it was.
Season 2 is no filler all through.
Phew, we're not going to. So,
Season
leading
two-
on
I
to
think
that.
that's got to be next.
So, leading on to that. But we just decided while we were peeing together. I mean, peeing.
Together.
I didn't.
While we were peeing
Together.
that we're probably gonna go through the entire Demon Slayer Anime.
Well, manga once we catch up, since we've all read it.
Yeah, well, we don't have to catch up. What do we got to catch up about?
No, I'm saying like
It's not
once we catch up
animated
to
yet.
what the anime is at, like we'll.
No, I think we should just do spoilers after season 2. I'm like,
No,
hey,
no, that's not. No, I'm not saying once the anime catches up. I'm saying like once we catch up to the anime, we switch over to what the manga is. And
correct.
Keep
Okay,
going with that.
I feel you there. I feel you there.
But so far, we've given episodes about each of us has picked one, and each of us has gotten to kind of give a taste of what we like and what our preferences are. But we all agreed that Demon Slayer is a good place to start a full series and go all the way through it. It's something all of us enjoy thoroughly.
I agree.
It's something all of us wanted to keep going with.
It's the one manga that we've all read from beginning to end.
Yeah, all three of us, none of us are kind of left behind on this. We all have something good to say.
We're all on the same page. We've read it. We know what happens. So there will be spoiler alerts after season 2. If you haven't watched season 2, by the time we're done with that one, shame on you. You should go watch it now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you need to check it out.
Yes.
Is it on Netflix yet?
Is it on
No,
Netflix? I know it's on
not.
at least Hulu.
It's on Crunchyroll.
Yeah, Hulu, Crunchyroll.
Crunchyroll is $2 a month. Come on.
Yes.
$2
that's
a
not-
month?
that's
That's a
Shonen. That's
fucking
Shonen.
lie.
$15 a month.
I was gonna say Shonen Jump.
It's
is
less
that.
than that. I think
Goddamn.
it's $8 a month.
Yeah,
I think it's
well,
$8.99 a
come
month. If
on.
you can't afford Crunchyroll for anime and you're watching our show, you should not be. You shouldn't be here. I mean,
No, watch Crunchyroll.
No, everyone is more than welcome
Crunchyroll.
here.
Crunchyroll is the Netflix for anime lovers. You know.
Even if you've got Funimation free, like I do, you deserve to be here. Everyone deserves to be
Don't
here.
even get me started on
get
Funimation.
Crunchyroll
If you have Crunchyroll, you shouldn't even have Funimation.
Funimation and Crunchyroll conglomerated.
Yes,
and
but
did the
everything
thing.
you can get on Funimation, you can get on Crunchyroll.
That's not true. Do you want me to? Do you really
worth
want me to call
watching.
my? Do you want me to really
Worth
call myself
watching.
out? Do you really want me to call myself out like this?
Worth watching.
High School DxD.
That's not worth watching.
I know, but it's censored on Crunchyroll. It's not censored on Funimation.
All right,
Fuck
I'll
you.
give you that. I'll give you that.
You know what? Crunchyroll is free. Without. I mean,
No,
you get
there's a
commercials.
premium. You can't watch
Yeah.
everything. You can't watch the newer episodes.
Yeah, well, anyway, you can figure it out. You can find season
So
2.
we
Yeah,
are
just
going
download it
to
illegally. Don't do that.
we are
I'm
going
not-
to finish
I'm
the
not,
whole Demon Slayer, guys, for you, and you'll have that show up. And I think
It's been out for over a year. Season 2.
personally, after that, I would like to see us talk about Jujutsu Kaisen.
Thank you, fucking good. That was literally going to be my suggestion.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't.
Oh my God,
we can't
it's
not
so-
talk about
I love that
Jujutsu
show.
Kaisen.
It's so good.
That show's
I've
amazing.
Got, oh my God. Have you watched it?
Yes,
Yeah.
I've watched
All the way.
it.
Yeah, I'm on the manga.
Hey,
The manga's
have
a
also
little
the manga.
intense for sure.
Dude, the manga's going hard.
So
I've
sneak,
got Toto
so
tattooed
sneak
on my
peek,
leg and I
guys.
love it so much.
I love Toto.
Boogie woogie.
Keep watching for the rest of Demon Slayer,
Oh my God, yes.
and then once those are
I'm
done,
so glad I decided to watch that. It's just like a whim, like, oh, sorry, keep going.
yeah, no, you were the one that told me about it, right?
Yeah.
Was it you? It was you. So yeah,
I was just-
we
I was
will
just
finish.
throwing- I'll give this shit a shot.
We will finish Demon Slayer, and then you guys can tune in for Jujutsu Kaisen, which we will all be on the same page about
Dude, you will
because
not believe what episode
it's
he
one of
missed.
those things we've been watching.
Thank you so much for hanging out through the prologue and kind of getting to know us and our tastes. We're going to get a little more in detail with stuff and go through actual series, not just our favorite parts of different stuff. First off, what fucking part did he miss?
This guy missed the part. You know I'm horrible with names.
Yeah.
Gaio.
Gayu or
Gaio.
Giyu.
When he first ran into the volcano head
Yeah.
and they fought in the street.
Gojo.
This
Gojo,
guy missed that.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
I did. So I
Yeah.
did. I must
You're
have fallen
rewatched.
asleep.
No,
I know.
I
I
made
did
him
rewatch
rewatch
it.
it.
I did
Okay,
rewatch
okay,
it.
okay.
I'm like,
Okay.
how do you miss that episode?
Okay, so Demon Slayer, then Jujutsu Kaisen.
yeah.
Yes.
We're going to Fotable, then Mappa.
I just have
Exactly.
to point that
Perfect.
out. Like, he
Okay,
missed
no,
it.
that,
But yeah, no, I
at least
did.
you rewatched
I
it.
fell
That's all
asleep
gotta-
because I watched.
And now I was like, what do you mean he isn't a badass? Did you not watch that episode?
Yeah, he's the realist.
So like, guys, I do watch anime at night when I put the kids to bed and I'm ready to go to bed myself. I
Oh,
watch
look
a
at this
few
guy as a
episodes.
family.
I'm a family man. I watch a few episodes and then I usually shut it off before I fall asleep, but sometimes I don't. And that must have been one of those episodes I slept through.
And that's completely fair. I'm glad you rewatched it.
I did. I rewatched
He
it.
didn't even realize he missed it.
I know, it was amazing.
Why don't
It was
you
amazing.
think he's a bad?
Well, that's the one thing.
And then
That's the
superhero
one
Billy
thing I
comes
don't
through.
like about Crunchyroll is it's so hard to see where you left off.
Crunchyroll is really bad with the configuration.
It is. The configuration is terrible.
It's easier on your phone.
It was on my phone, but it's still fucking shit.
But you casted it.
I did. I cast it. So, Demon Slayer. So far, we all love it. I suggest you guys all watch it. Is it something you would suggest to a first-time anime watcher
100%.
and a seasoned anime watcher?
100%.
First time, no, because your standards would get too high.
No, I would still suggest it for a first timer because it's easy to get into
Yeah.
and you can understand. Like, there's not a ton of unnecessary fan service and stuff like that. It's not going to be one of those ones where you're watching it and then someone walks in and there's just tits for no reason.
Yeah.
Like, you can watch it, you can feel relatively safe watching it.
And
The
not
dub
feel
is good.
ashamed about watching it?
Exactly.
Which I hate,
Gotcha.
by the way. That's so freaking unnecessary.
I mean, until you get to the Love Hashira, then it's just tits.
Even then, I don't.
Good
oh my
God.
I'm so excited for that.
I want if they ever do a live action,
I'm so
I want to
fucking
know
pumped.
who they chose to pick that actress.
Fuck, what's her name? Sydney Sweeney or whatever, that chick from Euphoria, just dye her hair.
Just dye her hair?
Dye her
Yeah,
hair.
It could work. It could
Yeah.
work. But
We should do an episode on live action characters because I already got a couple.
So when the
That would
live
be
action
cool, too.
One Piece comes out, I feel like that's the only way to ever get Sean to watch it.
Freaking,
I've been watching One
I already-
Piece.
Wait, really? You've been going on it?
Yes.
How far are you?
I don't remember.
God
but
damn it.
7.5 hours in, because the whole time I was getting this done, which was 7.5 hours, I was watching One Piece the whole
No shit,
fucking
like
time.
from the beginning?
Yes,
Like
from
from the
the
first
beginning.
episode of One Piece?
Yes.
Yeah, we gotta do live.
So
action.
yes,
Oh,
I've been
God, I
watching
love
One
this.
We
Piece.
have
I
to do
love
live
this.
action and their characters born for it.
Oh, man.
I
yes.
agree. So yes, you guys. So we're gonna try and blast through
And then
Demon
Donnie
Slayer.
Depp's gotta be someone.
We're going to go through Jujutsu Kaisen, and then we are going to go through live action.
Johnny Depp for that.
We're gonna go through live action
You already
characters.
know about Jason Momoa.
Yeah, Kaido.
How's he just born for that?
Who?
He was born for that.
The King of Beasts.
You guys are killing me right now.
Yeah.
Kiss me.
Anyways, that is how the show is gonna go for the next couple episodes. So tune in. We'll see
live
you
action
soon,
one
guys.
would be awesome.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I think going through Demon Slayer and getting through the individual arcs, do we want to separate it by arc as we're going? Like,
I think season 2 probably we could talk about that for an entire
Oh,
episode.
season 2 easily, but after
Yeah.
that,
After
know
that,
the manga gets a little shorter. Do you want to do arc by arc?
Yeah, we probably could do arc by arc. That would-
Okay,
yeah.
I think that's a good idea.
Sounds good. Well,
I gotta pee.
we're signing off, guys. We got trick-or-treaters knocking at the door, ready for some candy.
Yeah.
We are going to go party, and we will see you guys on the next episode. Here's us signing out. I'm Sean.
Billy.
Jesse,
Later, guys.
see you next week.